Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Vivid Earth on this beautiful solstice day. I've got our good friend Alisa here. She's been away for a long time. So happy to have her back. I'm recording in our sanctuary. So if you see a different background, you know why. I'm here in the reception area, just trying it out. But Alisa, how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you, Anina?
I'm good. I'm good. We were supposed to record on the 999
Yes.
portal, and then Elisa got a little sick.
Yeah, I
Um,
got the flu.
yeah,
No,
got the
but
flu.
I'm feeling a
So
lot better, thank goodness. And now we get to do this on the the solar eclipse today. So I mean that's just as good because it's good energy, and I really do appreciate that. So and but I have I have missed everybody. I haven't done shows in a little while. Then I got to do one with Honey, and then I turned around and ended up getting sick. So now I'm back doing this here with you. So I'm very, very thankful for your patience on me getting through all of that. But yeah,
no, they've got a big fluid like water, right? So it's good to have you back.
exactly.
As you
Yeah.
said, did I say solstice yet? But anyway, it is the solar eclipse, the partial solar eclipse. And it's a new moon. So it's all about new beginnings today.
Hmm.
Uh, we had a hell of a ride, a cosmic ride these last few months, actually starting with the 777. We were just talking about it, but it even for me kind of started with a 777 on the 7th of July with the 2 and the 5 our year that we're in being a 7 as well. It was actually a
Yeah.
777. And then we built up to the Lionsgate and the 88, and then into the 999 because 2025 is a 9 year. And now we had the lunar eclipse earlier this month on the 7th. Now
Hmm.
we've got the solar eclipse, and tomorrow is the equinox. It has been like a cosmic traffic jam.
Yes. It's like all of these things back to back, like the ancients has talked about, there's signs in the heavens that we can see externally from ourselves. And these are some of those things. Now think about all of these things, but now they're back to back. I mean, that is really good energy. That means all of these here different things are coming into play. And all of them serve different kinds of purposes, but for the most part, they're all positive. It's what you make of it. Okay. And it does separate the wheat from the chaff because there's some people that don't believe in that. There's some people who are scared of that. And then there's others like us that we try to look at it as in what it is. It's a sign. It means something. It's carrying us forwards. All this good stuff is coming into play. And I just think it's wonderful. I really do. I do.
Absolutely. A lot of people are afraid of eclipses, they're afraid of retrogrades, but these things are so necessary in moving us forward, kind of
Hmm.
forcing our hand a little, forcing us to let go of things that we've been clinging on to that no longer serves us. Retrogrades are often looking at things again, like looking back into things, going over the details. Do I really need this? Is this really good for
Hmm.
me? And these
Right.
things are good. We shouldn't be afraid of them. We should really be embracing them because through that, we are just,
Hmm.
escalating our journey, this ascension journey. We're taking a few steps higher, going up that spiral staircase. And
Hmm.
it's all great. We should embrace it all, find the lesson in all of it, and find the
Hmm.
greater I am in all of these experiences. It's
Exactly. I mean, you got to think
really.
about everything you've already been through, the ups and the downs, the severes and the nots. You already got through all of that. So don't stress out for what is coming. You've already got through so much. So now you're on a path that things are going to get easier, things are going to get smoother. But there are things that's going to occur. Like God told me, there's things that will happen, but just stay calm inside. Because whenever you stay calm inside, you can, one, think, you're more logical, and you can get through it a lot easier. So, and then
Yeah.
that's where we're going now is for us to understand, to trust God. And we've already been through so much. So don't be fearful of what's coming because what's coming is going to be wonderful or what you make it. If you're fearful, it's going to be fearful. If you're a good minded person, loving, it's going to be just that. So stay in that positive mindset or positive energy
Mm.
overall.
It's all for our highest good ultimately. We're on this evolutionary path. We chose to come into this human avatar and go through the entire human experience to
Hmm.
evolve the entire human race. I mean, it's a hell of a job to take on, But have make no mistake, we are all strong enough to get through this experience, and we
Exactly.
are just doing like historical things here on this planet for the entire galaxy. They're all looking at us like, wow, you guys are like rock stars.
That's
So
right.
celebrate yourself as a
We
rock
are
star
making history and we are
so
part of
much.
that history. And I find that very fascinating too, because everything, because the everything is recorded, whether it's in the Akasha records or with our star families, everything is recorded. So we are all part of this story and this history that's being made. So just know that your name's in a book somewhere, somewhere out there.
You're
Your name
making
is not
history.
forgotten because you're part of it. So
Exactly. A lot of people are exhausted. They can't go on anymore. They've, maybe exhausted their money and they just, when is this world going to shift? And we know a lot
yes,
of people are suffering, but you know what? You'll never take on anything. Your cell will never allow you to take on anything that you cannot actually get through. So you are strong enough to get through this. And, it's going to get really beautiful in the moment you least expect it. So just keep going and just keep choosing, the right thing in every moment. Choose love, choose
yes,
abundance, choose positivity, no matter what the circumstances may look like. And you'll actually see your world change around you, like just
that's
magically,
true.
just
Yeah. Be
affirming
the
this
best
positive.
version of yourself all the time.
Yeah,
Remind yourself and promote yourself and being the best version of yourself always, no matter what happens. Because, I guess it's a little bit easier for maybe people my age because we do have more wisdom these days. We do have more patience these days. So it allows us to get through things a little bit easier. But for everybody else, it's just a matter of how you perceive it and to stay calm. I know that sounds crazy because what if this is an emergency? Well, that's where you need to stay calm the most. That's where you need to
hmm
stay focused the most because that's where you're going to be the most helpful. If you freak out
yeah,
or whatever, then that's just going not that's not good for the scenario. So, but
yeah,
just know we can do it. That's why we're going in this direction. Is everything's getting better, and we're part of that. So,
yeah. We need to be the calm in the storm right now, because things
mhm,
are going to get rough. Make no mistake. It's going to get very chaotic around us, possibly soon. But we are the ones that are going to be the calm in the storm. We knew that this, chaotic phase
mhm,
was coming. We also know
mhm,
what lies beyond it. The dawning of the new earth is like, we can already see that glimmer on the horizon. We can already picture this, what this new earth is
mhm,
going to be like. So that's the vision we need to hold. We need to hold the line and the light, be the calm in the storm for others. That's what we came for. So,
mhm.
you know,
That's right. Well, I know that because of all of these different things in the skies that's been happening, I do know that, we're already in a dome, okay? But I'm just going to use America right now. But each country has this, is going to be having its own type of dome energy dome over it. To give the people more energy. And it's not just America, all of these is going to be having that. Okay. And what it does, well, like Trump was talking about the Iron Dome. Well, that is
the
for
Golden
security
Dome. He was
reasons.
building the Golden Dome.
The
Yeah.
Golden Dome, yeah, but that is a frequency that is going to be, I don't want to say it's a barrier, but it's a frequency that's being coming down through all of the people in that energy dome. And all of the countries is going to have that. That way, people, it's like
Yeah.
they're focusing on areas instead of the overall, because the dome itself overall is for everybody, but now they're focusing on the countries. And
Yeah.
that's going to be giving us more energy because it's going to unite us more. And then, next year, me and my friend Joyce, yesterday, hello, Joyce, and happy belated birthday. We were talking just about these events that are coming next year with the Olympics coming here, and then the 250 year anniversary for us. That's two major events that is coming towards us that we know it's going to happen. It's going to bring in all of these foreigners, and that goes back to this energy dome. Okay, whenever they come inside of this energy, they will absorb that energy, that unity for overall, they will take that home with them. And that's where they will want it for their world or their country as well. So it's definitely a major event that's going to be happening to spread the love, to spread the energy. But that is just for America. Now, y'all have events that's happening in other countries as well, but that's what's happening in America. That's going to be two major energy events for this area. So I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it because the end of this year and going into that. Next year is our second catapult. God let me know there's four major catapults, and next year will be the second one. And that means that the technology, the introduction to the star families are real. You know, these UFOs and all this kind of stuff, they're going to have to disclose that for the simple fact that it takes us around to the 3-1 Atlas. You know, that's been put into our mindset, that's been seeded into us. Now, how are we going to allow that to grow? Are we going to think of it as a negative thing or a positive thing? Well, they're letting us know that this thing is going to be coming by Mars October 3rd. Well, it's going to come by Earth in December. Okay,
Yeah,
so how would they do that for people to see it? Something's going to have to be projected for people to be able to see it, to perceive it, or whatever, because they're getting excited about it. Now you got one half that's turning into the doomsday preppers, buying everything, building a bunker because they think it's going to be such a negative thing. And then you got the other ones on the other side that are like us, that we are thinking of the possibilities of the love and that our brothers and sisters are coming to help us. And this is a way of them getting us prepared and ready for this kind of information to come into play.
exactly.
And I think that's fantastic. But once it gets here, somebody's going to have to announce this. Somebody's going to have to say something about it. And I do feel confident that Trump will be the disclosure president for all of us. So,
Yeah. Like I also say to people, if a major mothership wanted to come here, and by the way, they're already here, but
yes,
let's say
exactly.
another mothership wanted to come here, they're just going
Hmm.
to come through the portal. It's not going to take them 3 months to get here. So the
That's
whole
right.
narrative that's been seeded about at
Hmm.
the 3i Atlas coming here, and by the end of October, it's going to be closest to the sun, and by the 20th
Hmm.
of December, it's going to be closest to Earth. That is like a narrative seeding, desensitizing the masses to the fact that,
Hmm.
hey, this is not a comet, first of all. So even
Right.
scientists agree on that now. There
Hmm.
is it's a metal structure that is alive and sentient, if you will, which,
Hmm.
spaceships are essentially. They are, conscious beings that interact with the people operating them.
Hmm.
So, but it's all about the narrative building and for the masses to start getting comfortable with the fact that, yes,
Right.
we're not the only ones here in this universe. And yes, there
Yeah.
are other objects in the sky, and they're coming closer, and like they're coming closer. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a cool idea. And yeah, let's get excited. So it
Hmm.
is kind of desensitizing the masses, if you will. But at the same time, and when you talk about the dome, I also heard that around 3i Atlas, there's this plasma field that's like a protective field.
Yeah.
And it's almost
Yeah.
like that kind of same plasma field will be here
Hmm.
on Earth as well, protecting different areas. And maybe it won't even be countries. Maybe eventually it will be like they always said there was going to be 7 kingdoms, right? On Earth, instead of all these
Hmm.
countries, there will be like geographical areas. Like the
Right.
Americas will be maybe one kingdom, the Africa, Greater Africa region,
Hmm.
and so on. So it makes total sense that there are these protective plasma domes around each
Right.
area,
Exactly.
protecting energy. And there's different energies on Earth as well. It's not all the same.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
you're moving from one frequency into the other, but overall, we are, as we know, shifting dimensions. It's happening while we speak,
Mhm.
and some say we're already in 5D, and maybe we'll even go higher into 7D. But it's just a matter of anchoring in that as a baseline frequency that everyone understands that and connects with that to make it real
Right.
for the collective.
Well, definitely they're seeding it to the minds of the masses, and like I said again, how are you going to perceive that? And it is boosting a lot of our energies because we believe and know that this is a positive thing. you know. But you still do have the ones on the other side that are very fearful of it. Even whenever Hale Bopp came through, there was a lot of those cults that got together, and they unfortunately they unlived themselves, and because they were so fearful of it. So I just want to put out a message to all my brothers and sisters that it is a positive thing that is coming towards us. Stay in a positive state of mind because it is, even though that's something they had to put up there, project to get to the scientists to talk about it on the news, just to plant the seed in all of our minds. It's serving a greater purpose. Now, one side say, an alien invasion, and the other side is saying it's a welcoming thing to let us know that this is real, so that they can get the ball rolling for all of us, to help us with this stuff. So I'm looking forward to that because that's extremely good energy. So yeah.
Exactly. And now we've got another interstellar object being Swan R2 that is 100 times bigger than 3I Atlas, and the two of them will meet up behind the sun at the
Hmm.
end of October. And I'm like thinking, are they going to spark like a controlled medium-sized solar flash? Could that be possible? That there's going to be that boost of energy on the planet to help us through this hump or over this hump, just to,
Hmm.
because there's still a lot of division right now. It's almost like,
Yeah.
this just push this baby over the mountain here, help them out a little bit.
Well, you're talking
So
about those plasma domes, right? Now, you think whenever those things are up and running, or up, then that's going to aggravate those that are negative energy. Okay, now it will cause them, it's separating again the wheat from the chaff, because those that can't handle that energy or whatever, they'll fade out or something will happen, whatever. But that's also to be very helpful to us, because remember I had mentioned that all the bells in Tartaria had a beautiful frequency to it. Okay, and that's why they destroyed them, because it exposed these bad guys because they couldn't hold their um,
yeah,
cloak or whatever they want to call it whenever they shift, right?
yeah.
So, but these frequency domes is going to give us something, it's similar to that, but it's going to be such a frequency that some very few will be able to hear it. Okay, but the negative ones will hear it, just like a dog whistle. They will be able to hear it, and that in itself is going to cause changes. So it's definitely
Mm,
the energy coming down and mingling with us, and just getting rid of the ones and fixing or tweaking or helping the ones that needs it. So I think that's really, really good,
yeah.
because it's a plasma. So
Yeah, it's like they say, when you ring a bell, the demons can't stand it; they will just run away. And so those that are still left on the planet is just gonna bye bye. We need to find a new home, or
hmm
surrender and go back to source, because it's not going to be able to survive much longer on the planet. And I think what we're seeing now is, with the low frequency individuals, maybe they are grasping at those people. That's why we're seeing these extreme, like, things coming out, people saying the most awful things. It's like, how is it possible for them to even say that? Do they even have a conscience? So, these are just like
well, a lot of those are NPCs too. So just to
yeah.
trigger us, to make us say certain things, to have a reaction to it. So
And it's also those collective shadows that have to come up and out now.
hmm
That is what happens before you step into a new era. The old stuff's got to
hmm
come up and out. It's that
yeah.
mud before we bloom like a beautiful lotus. You got to push
hmm
through the mud. It's how the mud's going to come out. It's going to look a bit yucky. It's going to feel a bit yucky. But when you push through, it's like, wow, it's the most
Yeah.
beautiful flower that you've ever seen.
Yeah, when you finally just go in with yourself and just stay and find that peace, that's so helpful. It doesn't mean you're desensitized or you don't care or anything like that there. It just means that you are holding your energy calm. Because whenever you hold your energy calm, those around you, because it's yours is stronger than theirs, it helps them with their energy. So that's why we're boots on the ground, and to hold this. Everybody says, "What do they mean you need to hold this frequency to hold?" That's what it means. That means to stay calm in that loving place, so that yours is stronger than everybody else and yours spills over into them. Okay, it
Yeah.
affects their frequency, and that's
Yeah.
very, very helpful. So now there's millions of us on the streets with this loving heart and frequency and energy, and they put the Tartarians out there too. So that is also boosting the energy. They're trying to make it happen as fast as they can, but still, you're trying to move so many in one shot. So you have to be strategic about doing it, because you don't really want to lose anybody, but you also know different people and different beings have to go through their dark nights of the soul, like with the Charlie Kirk assassination. That was
Yeah.
a horrible thing, that happened, but I definitely know that it was a shot heard around the world. It affected a lot of people all over the world.
It was
And
a
it
catalyst.
really
No.
brought out a lot of those evil little gophers, popping their heads up and saying all kinds of negative things. Like you're saying, how could they say stuff like that? Do they not have a soul or morals or anything? Well, a lot of it was, yes, NPCs, and a lot of it is really, some of our brothers and sisters that lost their way. But the thing is, it was to make us choose. They said something nasty. Now we have to make a decision on how we're going to react to that. Okay, there's a lot of people that's had a lot of words coming back at it. How dare you? You're wrong, and they're judging them. Okay, and I understand that. That's justifiable anger because of everything we've been through. But with me, whenever I'm seeing it and watching it, all of these little gophers, I'm like, thank you, Father, Mother God, that they showed their true colors. Two, they popped their heads up, so now we know who they are. And now my brothers and sisters are going to shame these people. Remember that Q said they're not going to be able to walk on the streets without people saying
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen, and what it's going to do to those brothers and sisters of ours. I do not condone any violence. Do not do any violence. That's not necessary at all, period.
Yeah.
Okay? But people will shame them, and that will cause that person to have a dark night of the soul, and that will wake that person up that said such an evil thing, and it will help them to finally realize what's going on. I'm thankful for it, because if it didn't have happened, they would have just kept wandering around and they never had that light shined on them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Gotta
And
come
now
out.
we're the ones that shining the light on them. Okay. So don't judge them. Thank God for showing you that person, and give that person the love that it needs and requires, because you've done some pretty nasty shit too. So, and you want people to forgive you and forgive yourself. So these are people that are waking up. It's an ugly thing, but it's an opportunity for them to wake up. And again, another
Mhm.
scenario to separate the wheat from the chaff, because some will never
Yeah.
wake up. Those NPCs,
Yeah.
they're not meant to wake up. The people are, not NPCs.
Yeah. Some of them are meant to be catalysts for us to really see,
Hmm.
choose, as you said,
Yeah.
between light and dark. And this is really the test now. Can we that have been training for this be
Hmm.
that neutral observer, first of all, that don't get triggered by those people, and secondly, just
Right.
project love out there, because
Hmm.
ultimately understand this, our heart has its own torus field that extends like 6 feet around us. Hence,
Hmm.
convert, shut down and didn't want us to get closer than 6 feet to one another so that we're going to feel that heart frequency. But that's the average person. If you are a person that have been working at, enlightening yourself and improving yourself and purifying your body and mind and spirit, you can project up to 20 feet out there. So you literally affect people around you, your heart frequency.
Hmm.
So that's why it's so important to choose love, even in those moments that you want to just, you get so angry. No, be the neutral observer. Understand this is a holographic creation of our minds, and this is the
That's
test for
right.
you to choose
Hmm.
the right thing in the right moment, because you can
Hmm.
be the neutral observer and therefore change everything around you, because we are in control of this reality. Ultimately, we create this reality, not the dark ones. They can't create shit. They're not good at creating. We are.
Hmm.
So what do? They
Right.
manipulate us to create a dystopian future. But we don't fall for that anymore. And I never thought we'd do this. We are doing it. We're creating this beautiful new earth. We're co-creating it in every moment, in every
Hmm.
day, getting closer and closer to that reality in every moment. So we have to continue to hold the
Yeah.
line because we are so close.
That's right. We are seeing the change and being the change. And God showed me that, everything is plasma. Okay, the air you breathe, your body, everything you hear, smell, taste, touch, sense, everything that's in this dream, it's all plasma, and it's conscious and it's sentient, it's alive. Okay, that's why when we breathe it in and then we speak it out, we are talking to it. We're talking to this plasma. Okay, we
Yeah.
want to give it that positive energy from ourselves, because just like the yin and the yang, there's two parts. There's a dark part and there's a light part. Okay, the dark part doesn't speak, the dark part does evil things. But whenever you speak that love, you feel that love, you are telling that sentient plasma that obeys your commands, because you're God, okay? You're speaking to it and you are programming it and telling it what you would desire. You want love, you want peace, you want abundance, and all this kind of good stuff. Think of yourself being inside of a balloon, okay? And all of the air you breathe is just in that balloon, okay? And it is controlled, that whole bubble is controlled by what you speak to that air inside that bubble. That's your plasma.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in, now you speak it out. You give it magical properties, you give it miracles, you give it energy. And do the same thing with your food. Anything that's external from you, remember, it's plasma. So you can change the energy of it, including yourself and others, because it's all a dream, it's all a movie, it's all plasma, and it reacts
Yeah.
off of your intentions and your beliefs. So
Yeah.
hold your ground.
A reminder to people that a particle can only be observed, can only be created. A wave becomes a particle when it's observed.
Mm-hmm.
That observer determines what that particle is going to look like. Now they
That's
talk about
right.
the law of attraction. I think it's the other way around. You don't attract things to you, you project things from yourself. So whatever
Mm-hmm.
your energy is, in your resonance is, you're projecting that out into your field and creating that as you go around you,
Exactly.
instead of attracting
Exactly.
things that are out there to you, meaning you have no control and you're trying your best to attract it. There's actually the
Mm-hmm.
wrong way of thinking about it. You're
Right.
projecting your own field. You're
Mm-hmm.
determining your own field by looking at that wave with a certain energy and creating the
Mm-hmm.
particles and your whole reality around you accordingly.
Right.
So,
A lot of people find it hard to believe, but each one of us is in our own world, our own bubble, our own earth, our own perception, our own dream. Okay. Now, all of these dreams are similar and stuff because it's coming from all the same being. Okay, and that makes us individual people. But you create your world. How do you want your world to be? You can speak it inside. You can speak it out loud. You can write it down. These shows intent, and you're creating. We're all co-creators. Okay,
yeah,
and how does one go about doing that? It's because you need to believe it for one thing, create it in your mind, because God said, in your heart you feel it, in your voice you speak it, in your mind you become it. All these things line up because you're persistent, you don't give up. You want that peace and solitude and unity, and you stand your ground. You keep your guns,
you
and
got
your
to
energy
believe
is
it.
projected out, and therefore it will become part of your world, like Anina is saying. Your insides become
Yeah.
your outside.
Yeah. And we have all our own worlds that we're creating, but collectively we're also creating a collective world.
Mhm.
That's why us light warriors have to stand together and create the collective environment that we want to see. And there's enough of us now. We've reached the tipping point. We just have to stick to our guns. I know a lot of people are getting very wary, very
Mhm.
on the negative side. And it's easy doing these eclipse season to get a little negative. So don't beat yourself up. It's part of
Yeah.
the whole energy transformation. But let's collectively just hold the line, keep the light, and collectively create this world that we want to see. Let's
That's
stop
right.
being the victim. Let's stop thinking things are happening to us and realizing we are the creative beings. We are powerful enough. If all us with our 20-foot auric field around our hearts are creating this magnificent new world, guess what? It's going to happen. So,
That's right. Exactly. So I did want to let all of my brothers and sisters know, all of you in Africa, that I have written elemental songs. I did water, fire, air, and earth. Okay.
mhm.
And earth was definitely inspired by Africa. So if you haven't heard it, I suggest you go over and listen to it because it's pretty powerful and it's actually really wonderful. It's definitely my fave of those four. And then I got the opportunity to, with God's help, to do plasma, since we're talking about plasma. And Africa is in that too. Africa inspired this song, Plasma. And I'm going to call it African rock because it's got a touch of an American rock sense to it, but it's got Africa feel and ambience to it. and I'm really, really proud of it. So I'm going to be connecting it to this video whenever I post it. I'll put a link in the description, but I'm going to also put it out whenever I put this here video out, because I'm very proud of it. And I wanted all of you to know that Africa inspired earth and plasma in my elemental song. So I thank you for all of that, because there's definitely a special place in my heart for Africa. She is the heart of all of this, if you want to look at it, because she's the largest continent, you know, and she speaks out. If you was an alien race and you were coming down and you were looking for a place to go, and that's the biggest one, and it's got the most minerals and everything, that's the perfect spot. You know, Africa is
Exactly.
so much, it's so much more than what people are giving it credit for, because it is the heart of all of this land. You know, you have, if you get to look at it like I have seen it, she stands out so beautifully. It's like she is that, and you can actually see she has a little bit of a shape of a heart to her. Okay, she's
Hmm.
the heart of all of this land, so she definitely has a very special place in my soul. So I'm very, very grateful for that. So I will put that out for everybody to enjoy, and if you get a chance, listen to all of them. You know, the air, fire, and
Yeah.
water, earth, and now I'll put out plasma, and it's got a great rock dude's voice to it. So I know all of you will like it. So
Awesome. Nothing like high frequency music around us. I'll link them below as well. I mean, the soil of Africa being the inspiration for Earth, what better inspiration can that be? And plasma
Mhm.
being what is the fifth element, essentially ether, right? Which a
Yeah,
lot of
to the
people they
ether.
always
Yeah,
look at earth,
yeah,
air, water, and wood, but they forget about ether, which is the fifth element, which is
right.
really the quantum field and space all around us, and
Right.
something that they did not
That
want us
ether
to.
is nothing but plasma, but it's
Mhm.
alive. It's magnetic and electric at the same time. That's whenever you speak to it, it will pull things to you. That's why we're called magnets. You speak of this beautiful world or this home or whatever it is you desire, and you're persistent on it with a loving, good heart, not because you're greedy. You know, these things manifest. And that manifestation comes from the fact that we're magnets. And all of us collectively are pulling in this new world, pulling in these new technologies, and the unity and oneness within all of us that's going to catapult us up to 5D. And I'm just so excited for that. Oh,
It's so exciting, and we've got the solstice today. What's interesting as well is that actually planetary alignment, it aligns with the super galactic center,
mm-hmm.
in astrological alignment, which really means that we can tap into that cosmic wisdom and that
Mm-hmm.
galactic remembrance, because we are all from different places in the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that super galactic center, which is really from another galaxy, we're able to tap into that ancient wisdom right now. So, ask for that wisdom to come to you. I did do a video yesterday about that, if you guys want to check that out. But I really think, we must put our intention out there now that this is the moment that we can tap into this cosmic wisdom, because these deep space objects, they're like black holes, they're like anomalies that nobody quite know what it is. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like almost the origin of creation, because it actually lines up with the supergalactic center, and then even further and even a bigger deep space object being the Shapley attractor. And that's like
Yeah.
really way out there, ancient.
Mm-hmm.
So the information that you can tap into there is incredible.
It
Um,
is.
Even with this Swan R2, this new interstellar object, it is believed to be 7 billion years old, and it's believed to be coming back here now, according to certain studies. Don't ask me now how they calculated that, but it's the last time it was here is 22,000 years ago, just after the ice age. So for me, this is like, hey, this is a momentous time in history. These,
Mm-hmm.
objects are coming here for a reason. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, lining up into the front seat of this stadium, because Earth is about to transform into and bloom into a beautiful lotus of life.
That's right. and there's so many watching, there's so many observing us. We're down in the Coliseum being observed in this whole scenario, and our star families and everything else are rooting for us. And there's so much more. It's like everything's fractaled down from the bigger, bigger, bigger to the smaller, smaller, smaller. And
Yeah.
people only get to a certain point. Well, that's what our imagination is for. How far can you spread it? How far can you make it big? How much bigger can you make it? Your dreams, put them in there. That's what it's for. And try to let it expand itself, because that's within you. Whenever you come down to just one small little thing, then that's where you're at. You can't do more of that. So expand your imagination to all your dreams, not just to yourself, but to your world. You want your
Mhm.
world to be unity and oneness and advanced technology and everybody getting along and helping, one another. So don't just expand it more than just yourself. And you'll be surprised how you can get details in a beautiful world that you created. And you can see all of us there, and I can see all of you there. So it goes both ways.
And it's like big picture now. Think big picture. Think big, guys. Think that big
Big picture.
cosmic wisdom. Put your mind
Hmm.
there. Don't fret over the small little things around you. Honestly, one day
Hmm.
you'll look back and think, oh, I was stressing about these little things in my little human 3D life. Why on earth did I worry about them? They were not to be worried.
Hmm.
They were not worth being worried about. So sometimes you
Right.
just gotta let go. It's like we want to control all the little details of our little 3D life.
Hmm.
Think bigger than that. You are
Yeah.
multidimensional. This time will also allow you to tap into your multidimensionality. Your higher self
Yeah.
wants to be this human avatar now. So allow it to come in. Don't fret the small stuff,
That's
bigger,
right.
think bigger picture. You are
Yeah.
an ancient multidimensional being. Don't forget that. So allow
Yeah.
all of that going to come through, that cosmic wisdom. Just allow it. You don't have to beg
Yes.
for it. You just gotta say, I allow it, and you just let it come in, you know.
Hmm. And do your best, to stay away from the past or past thoughts and stuff like this here, because that's like putting your brakes on. Okay. It wants to grab you and keep you there. Okay, but you stay. It's like the voice from the past is calling you, come, come, come. But there's also the future self of you that's saying, come this way, or come
Mhm.
to the islands or come to whatever. But listen to that one and just try not to let the negative energies distract you, whether it be news or whatever. And the same thing applies whenever you're watching the YouTube or TV or whatever, or movies. You are deciding on what energy you are going to take in from what you're watching. If it's a horror movie, then you're inviting negative energies in. Okay, if it's a positive movie, then you're inviting positive energies in, because you just chose a movie, but the plasma is giving you that test. Okay, if you decide to watch that booger movie, then you're being tested on whether or not you believe it or you're going to fall for it. But it's a distraction. So your music, your movies, whatever you do, try to do those in a positive aspect. Like old time movies, they had a lot more morals to them, a lot more wholesomeness to it, and that's what we're desiring. So if you want to watch TV and stuff like that, watch things that are positive energy, because it's feeding it back to you. And your heart said to do it, so do it. That gives it back energy back to you. So it's a beautiful thing.
Mm. Yeah, and start feeling into,
Hmm.
be discerning. What does that mean? Not asking somebody else if it's good or bad, but really feeling it in your own
Right.
heart. Start trusting
Hmm.
your own heart to tell you, and your own gut to tell you if something is good for you or not, or
That's right.
something feels true for you or not. Don't just
Right.
ask 100 people because you really don't know, because you don't trust yourself. Start
Hmm.
trusting yourself, and
Yeah.
the guidance will come.
And the bad guys use our doubts against us because of all the news. They're always peddling negativity, chaos, these devastating scenarios and everything else. But if you look at it like you just went to a movie, you didn't get tied up in that. Look at the news like that too. Don't get tied up in it. Just observe it. Don't absorb it. And if
Yeah.
you do feel something, if anything, give it loving energy. Thank you for showing me what I didn't want, Father, Mother, God. Thank you for showing me that our brothers and sisters are waking up. Talk to that energy. Let it know that you're thankful for what it showed you and that you didn't take it in a negative way. Okay, because the news, that's their niche. They want to get in everybody's head of all of these different negative scenarios, and they know they can get you hook, line, and sinker because you think the news is real. You know the movie's not real in the theater, but you think the news is real, and it's not.
And you
That's how
think those
quick they have been
presenters
shown.
are real too, that they are real people with empathy? No, they're
Hmm.
just very good actors. Like,
That's a
just switch it
fact.
off. Just do
Their
yourself
job
a
is to put
favor.
fear into you and pull you away from positivity and unity. That's their job. That's what those
They've been training
NPCs
for
and those evil
decades
ones do. Yeah.
on how to brainwash you. So just switch it all
Hmm.
off, you know. If you're not
So,
sure if it's good or bad, just switch it off. Honestly, you don't need
right.
any of those
That's
external.
right. There's nothing wrong with watching the news. Just don't be affected by the news. But if it does
Mm.
trigger something in you, try to turn that around into a positive thing. Just like I did whenever I was seeing all these little gophers popping their head up saying negative things about Charlie Kirk's assassination. I didn't get mad at them. I'm like, thank you. Now we know who some more bad players are, but we want them to wake up and come over to our side. So don't curse them. Send them
Hmm.
love because that's what they need.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a beautiful time ahead. So, gosh, I know that you shared some news with Honey. We've probably got about 2, 3 minutes left. Is there anything else you want to share? Unfortunately, I've got to jump on a community Zoom soon for a solar eclipse and equinox session.
Well,
Anything?
like I
Oh,
said, when I was talking to Honey, I let her know that I did get to go to the islands, and one of the things that I found out that while I was there, that they have already picked up 1 million people. Now that's been about a month ago now. So, and to the best of my knowledge, it averages about 200,000 a month. Okay, so but they are picking up people, and trust me, my brothers and sisters, everybody has their moment. Everybody has their own little number ticket that they're waiting to be called. Everybody has what they're calling their scheduled event. Okay, now this stuff is flowing forwards. Now I'm being positive about this and encouraging about this because of the simple fact that they are picking people up. Now whether it's you tomorrow or next week or next month, everybody has a scheduled event. So I'm really, really glad to let you know that they are starting to pick people up. So I love you all so very, very much. And I want to see all of you either on the islands or wherever it may be, but in a positive setting for all of us. So,
hmm. Yeah, guys, it's going to be beautiful. So just hang in there, share the love, share your energy, be the neutral observer. We're going to
mm-hmm,
all get there. All of these things are just beautiful that's happening now. These interstellar objects, the planetary alignments, it's all gearing
mm-hmm,
up for something really, really
mm-hmm.
good. And yes, there may be some chaos, but you will be the one, the calm in the storm for those around you. You're not going to allow yourself to be triggered. You're going to be the one that really helps those around you to get through
That's
the
right.
little bit of chaos that's about to come, maybe with the financial system upheaval, etc. But it's all for the highest good of this planet, and we are in for a
Exactly.
beautiful time ahead. So thank you so much,
Yeah.
everyone, for joining us on this beautiful solar eclipse day. Tomorrow's the
Yeah.
equinox, the rebalancing of the scales, the
That's right.
rebalancing of that yin and yang. So you're gonna feel a lot more energized, I reckon, in this week to come.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
right.
flow with the energy, enjoy it, and we hope to bring you a longer update soon. But I think that's good for now. And
Yes.
so good to catch up with you, Lisa, and thanks for sharing your
Yeah. It was
magic
so
as
good to
well.
catch up with you too, Anina. And thank you for, being waiting for me after I got sick. So I'm grateful for that. But yeah, we'll have to do it again soon whenever we get some more information. But my brothers and sisters, I love each and every one of you. And please remember that, everything you see outside of yourself is you. So be kind to it, okay? You are everything that you see, no exception. So give it love so it gives love back, okay? And I'll see you
We are
next time
all one.
soon, I hope. Yeah. Um,
We are one. Thank you so much, everyone. See you soon.
all right.
Bye.
Bye.